Good evening. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals and Bullion.com in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Got the live LBTS Windjammer cam up here. Looks like a few folks out there, probably locals, enjoying the evening there. Water temperatures are, man, they're in the high 70s or 80s or something like that. 82 degrees out there right now. Still beautiful out. If you want to go hit the beaches, man, I couldn't think of a better time. None of the European or Canadian tourists are here right now. They just haven't shown up. I think the economies are real bad. Typically, you see people lined up on these beaches in the evening taking walks and stuff. Mostly tourists that come here to visit this time of year, but they're not here this time, folks. Europe is in big trouble. UK, France, you name it. That whole region's in big trouble. UK pensions possibly going down. Bank of England, the BOE, having to reverse on everything, put the brakes on hard because what they wanted to do and said they were going to do did not match reality, and it's something that we're starting to see here pretty soon. Well, let's just take in the, I'm going to take like 3 seconds and not say a word, taking a couple deep breaths, enjoy this beautiful view here. Ready? It was probably at least 3 seconds. Lovely evening out there. I need to get out more myself, stop surrounding myself with work and just what seems to be bad news. Hey, listen, want to give a big shout out to our Rumble watchers out there. I don't know how long we've been up there, but apparently I've not been talking about it much. We've got some videos. Actually, let me see. I think I started this page a little while ago, September. Yeah, we did. We've been uploading some videos here to our Rumble page. But big shout out to our Rumble viewers out there. Thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. And if you ever happen not to see me on this particular format, you know where to find me. So, going to be setting up a Twitter page pretty soon as well. I'll let you know when I got that up and give you the address as well, so we can maybe chat online. Well, let's take a look at prices today. Up overall. Let's see, that market should be probably closed. Closes. Oh no, it's reopened. I'm sorry, I forgot what time it was. 6:50 already. Wow. Still 82 degrees out too. Warm day, but the mornings have been beautiful. All right, let's talk about gold, silver, and platinum. Just up across the board, folks. You know, at some point, we had to bounce off of some bottom. Your guess, my guess, our guess was as good as any when you're dealing with manipulated markets. I mean, you can't go by fundamentals. Fundamentals would tell us a completely different story when it comes to the price of gold, silver, and platinum. We got to deal with the fact that these are really crooked marketplaces. The futures markets, that's where the price of spot gold is made, and spot silver is made in the futures markets. And when the futures markets are completely screwed and screwed up and don't work properly and are prone to being heavily manipulated, then you get what we've gotten for quite some time. Ted Butler, who I highly recommend that you subscribe to his newsletter here, mentions that the big commercial shorts are out, folks. They're out of, I know this is what we've been like to talk about, but I know we've been talking about for decades, Ted Butler has, and I've been talking about it for years and years myself, at least a decade or more, that the big commercial shorts are the reason that the gold, like JP Morgan back before they got caught and had to stop doing it, Bank of America, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, all these big corporate commercials were responsible for screwing the price of gold and silver up, basically. They'd go in there. They weren't there to hedge. They weren't there to do anything else. They were simply there because they found a way to manipulate the market and make money for themselves for the most part. But back in 2019, that kind of ended. They all got caught in that big major short position. Remember 2019? Boom! Gold and silver took off. Gold took off to a high at 2080, which was this year, March 8th, I believe, and silver took off to a high of 30. Remember, silver's never quite hit its all-time high, but it's the most monkey-hammered frickin' market out there as far as crooked marketplaces in the comics go. And then back down to where we are right now, or where we've been. And the short, well, again, what I was talking about is the big commercials. they're out. They've driven the price down. They've manipulated the price down so far. COMEX and CME Group, as CFTC, has allowed them to get away with it, probably for a couple reasons. That's a couple reasons is why these big commercials have gotten away with monkey hammering the futures markets, i.e., spot markets, for decades. And why that's ended is because they finally discovered that they were going to eat large amounts of money. The physicals, the physical metal is just not out there for silver right now. The physical metal for gold is drying up, and you can't just monkey hammer these markets downward, downward, downward forever. But don't forget, the big commercial didn't make money just monkey hammering these markets downward. They would do it in increments. I always would say like $5 increments. They would hammer the prices down on silver by $5, gold $50, $100, and then they would drive it back up again, and rinse and repeat. And again, that's how they made their money. They couldn't just make their money shorting these markets and just keeping it down all the time. It had to go back up again so they could drive it back down again. That's how they've manipulated these futures markets for so long. But as Ted Butler points out, it is historically the lowest positions that the commercials have ever had as far as shorting these markets, which is very interesting times. Ted says there's a couple things going on here. You'd be very surprised if they did cap the prices that we're going to see, the next climb up in gold and silver. He'd be very surprised if they did that, because that means they didn't learn their lesson in 2019 when they almost got it shoved up their asses in the tune of billions and billions of dollars. But meanwhile, they have recovered these positions. The COMEX and the CFTC has allowed them to crookedly drive the gold and silver prices down so far to cover these positions, these losing positions that they were in, that Ted says that he'd be highly doubtful that they would reinstitute these positions, that they would restart them again. And I've got to agree with them 100%. But you never know. Again, you can never underestimate these crooks. Or are they going to cap the silver price at another $5 and $7 move up? Or is it going to just fly past it this time? We know it's running up. We know it's going to run up again another $5. That seems to be what it's done. And silver, too, is going to run up. I mean, gold's going to run up as well. Unless we see that big war on gold that we discussed on last night's video that we might see happening with central banks and governments. That's a whole long story. Again, if you missed it, watch last night's video. We talked about it. All right, I wanted to make this video a little bit quick tonight because I'm kind of just not a lot to talk about. Well, there is a lot to talk about, but I don't think we've even begun to see the real movement in the gold and silver markets here. Take a look at Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ. Remember what I told you about, when these three were in the red for the last 2 months, gold was in the red. Well, take a look at it now. All in the green. Gold is in the green as well. What I'm a bit concerned about is that the Fed may come out and just say that they're going to continue their tightening. The assumption and the reason that these markets are supposedly up, and the reason that gold is and the only reason gold's up is because they've allowed it to come up. It has nothing to do with inflation or any other real fundamentals. But let's talk about these three markets, providing that they're real markets as well. The only reason these markets are up is because there's an assumption that the Fed's going to have to raise rates like the BOE, Bank of England did, and the Bank of Australia, I believe, also just raised rates and kind of reversed courses as well. Because of fear of the bond market flying apart on them, which a lot of pensions are heavily invested in bonds, 401ks, pensions for big companies and factories and corporations. Not good, folks. Kind of everything we've talked about for years now in my videos, and that a lot of people have been talking about for decades, is starting to come true here. Well, let's see where gold and silver goes this evening. I have a feeling that we're going to see an up market here tomorrow as well, and tonight. I mean, tonight, well, it's tough to say, but I think we're going to see an up market overall. And let's see if it gets capped. Let's see where gold and silver goes. This may be it, folks. This may be the big run-up. Tough to say. Best deals out there, something I can be very useful for. Everything else as far as where the price of gold and silver is going in the short term is, speculative on my part, merely opinion. But when it comes to the best deals, this is not opinion, folks. This is fact. It's one thing I do better than anyone else out there. Not anyone else, but a lot of it. I do better than most of the talking heads out there on YouTube when it comes to precious metals, is I know my products. Again, stay the hell away from Silver Eagles. Stay away from 90% constitutional silver if you got it. Highly recommend that you trade it for silver bars, which you can buy at a real steal of a price, right? Not steal of a price. Compared to Silver Eagles and compared to 90%, it's a steal of a price. But you can trade your Silver Eagles and your 90% for silver bars and walk out with more silver in your pocket than you came in with no money out of your pocket as well, by trading your 90% in Silver Eagles to someone like myself, or a dealer that's willing to do an honest, good trade like that for you. And I know there's going to be some people out there, well, you just want to buy our Silver Eagles and trade off those crappy bars. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You know what I do with my Silver Eagles here, and I can back it up? I don't sell them to my customers. I wouldn't sell customers Silver Eagles at Spot Plus. What the hell is it now? Give me a break. My God, Spot Plus $14 to $17. Are you kidding me? Who in their right mind, or 14 bucks or whatever it may be, over 14, 15, 16? What good dealer would honestly, with a straight face, recommend to his customer that he buys Silver Eagles at that kind of premium, or 90% at that kind of premium? I tell you what, a greedy bastard. That's the only one that's going to try to sell you 90% and Silver Eagles at these prices. You know what I did with all my Silver Eagles just recently, and I do with them most all the time? Every customer that comes in here, I mostly talk them out of buying Silver Eagles. I tell them they're too expensive, and then I start to show them how they can buy much more silver ounces at just as good a product for less money, put more silver in their pocket. I take all the Silver Eagles that we buy here in the store from customers that come in here. I pay them a fair price, and I lay them off on the dealers. I lay them off on the other dealers that are willing to buy it. Because you know what, I'm not going to put my customers into overpriced Silver Eagles and constitutional silver. Best deals out there are still 100-ounce bars, kilo bars, 10-ounce bars, 1-ounce bars, but folks, the product is drying up pretty fast. I don't think I've ever seen the silver markets, as far as physical, this dry, except back in 2008 when the entire market collapsed and delivery times were being told, like, months out on certain stuff. And again, Silver Eagles, that's a bullshit market. Stay the hell away from it. Trade your Silver Eagles for more silver, but don't buy Silver Eagles and 90%. And again, folks, I know there's going to be people out there going to be butthurt by that, but the truth is I love those products. I love 90 and I love Silver Eagles when they're priced reasonable, and they're anything but reasonable. In fact, they're so unreasonable, I call them a sell, not a sell, but a trade. Trade, trade, trade. What's the best deal in gold? Best deal in gold out there is still gold bars. Even availability of them is getting a little bit tough right now. I wasn't seeing the shortages of gold like I was with silver, but I'm starting to see gold getting tight out there. Krugerrands getting delayed delivery. A lot of these products getting delayed delivery. A lot of them not available. And again, even into the gold bar market right there. So those are the best deal out there, gold bars still. After that, I'd have to say KRs. I got a good deal on kangaroos. I've got while they last. I got a good deal on maples and some other things. And again, eagle and buffaloes, man, the premiums just went even more crazy, folks. We're back at stupid crazy premiums on gold buffaloes and eagles as well. Over 200 bucks for the most part, and a lot of websites, of course, I can beat that price, but I wouldn't want to sell them to you. Gold bars is still the best deal out there. Well, as you know, here's my advertising bit for myself, folks, to spin myself a little bit. My name is Brian Kuzmar. I've been doing this since 1977. I've been in this building since 1995. I run Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals and ConciergeBullion.com, and we sell and advertise to beat, buy and sell precious metals, and we advertise to beat APMEX, SD Bullion, JM Bullion, Miles Franklin's, and all those great companies out there that I do highly respect them, but I'm a highly competitive guy, and I can beat their prices. And I want the business. I want your business. I really do, and I'll work for it. And I think you'll be pleased you gave it to me as well. So let's get into articles today and see what's going on. Folks, this is just a bunch of Marxists and a bunch of control freaks trying to control everything. We should get rid of this particular organization. In my opinion, dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. I hate committees, and that is nothing but one huge committee. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say I hate committees, but I really do. I have found that, committees can sit there and quabble about the stupidest shit, and then once, well, anyways. I don't have any respect for this particular organization, and as far as I'm concerned, they should have been gone a long time ago. But we should be living in a world of peace, not war, and there's nothing peacekeeping about these efforts. In fact, they're out there just throwing more fire on gas on the fire. Remember, didn't we used to call them peacekeepers at one time? Oh, that's a joke. Warmonger motherfuckers is what they become. Sorry about that. I had to throw that one out there. Nothing good there. Again, all this bad news is good for the price of gold and silver, folks. I know that sounds pretty crazy. Good for Elon. He said it like it was when it came to that particular war. Can't argue with him at all. I think he nailed it, and if you don't know what he said, I'm sure you're going to hear pretty soon, but I think Elon nailed it. If you think he did not, or give me a reason why below, in the comments section, I'd be happy to debate anybody on that. Restoring free speech, well, given the time that I have. Anyways, again, nothing great here, nothing to talk about. Let me just see if there's anything. Oh, great, just what we need. The moron in chief, or chief moron, running again. And, oh, God, chief moron and his buddies. All right, let me get out of there. I said I was going to make it quick. Nothing to talk about. I should have scanned there a little bit earlier and found a few articles to give my opinion on. And yesterday's video was huge gold and silver spike today. I also talked about what I believe to be is the war on gold to some degree. That I believe that central banks, the WEF, governments are going to wage a war on gold pretty soon. Why would they wage a war on gold? Because they want to keep you in dollars. They want to keep you into their fiat system. They want to keep you into their Wall Street system. They don't, and they want to deny the Chinese, the Russians, and the BRICS countries the reason that they've stockpiled so much gold to benefit their countries. So there's a lot of conniving bullshit going on out there. And again, good video. I liked last night's video. Not a lot of views, but I thought the content was good if you get a chance to watch it. And, oh, God, Mr. Gayton would triple 07 bullshit crypto mother effer. Let's just remove your ass. And, God, I can't stand those guys. And, man, is that, I can't tell what that is. That looks like kind of a porn site, kind of, I don't know. Maybe, all right, I'm sorry, Mark, you got to go as well. And let me kind of scroll down here. Close your eyes if you get dizzy. That makes me a little motion sickness as well. Gene Baker says, I'm a little bit confused. To produce silver all in refined products cost is only $10. Okay, interesting question, Gene. Let's address this here. One sec. By the way, it's a wine show, which means it's an evening show. Cheers to all you folks out there. Thanks for watching me. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Gene, I'm a little bit confused. To produce silver all the time, refined product that costs us about $10 per ounce. If the price of silver is now $20, that's a 100% markup in any company. If you make a 100% markup on a product of it, what would be considered a home run? So how can you justify a 100% markup when the cost is only $10 an ounce? Gene, I'm going to have to say, what is the all-in cost, mining cost for silver? Well, hang, you know what? Just for the heck of it, let me take a look. Mining cost of silver. Let me see if something comes up quickly here. I kind of doubt it. I think that's something I'd have to do a little bit of research on. And for example, one company saw an all-in sustainable cost of about $15 per ounce, while other companies reported costs of $9 to $12 per ounce. I do know that silver is also a byproduct of other items. You know, I can't go by what just this company says right here, and that would really take some. I tell you what, though, I don't necessarily believe that it's $9 or $10 an ounce to provide, you know, to mine silver. And again, don't forget, silver is kind of a byproduct of the copper mining industry as well. I'd have to do a little bit of research in that, but you know, I really think that cost of $10 per ounce is probably understated, or maybe an old quote from some time ago. My understanding, just again from watching even like the shows on television that we see now, what is that gold mining show that's on TV on Discovery Channel with Parker and all those kind of interesting characters. The cost of mining gold, and gold has a higher cost per ounce, is not that much different than silver. And it's not cheap if you watch these, even if you watch these Discovery TV shows about gold mining. It's not cheap, Gene. Again, I'd have to do a little more research on that, but I highly doubt that it's $10 an ounce, and I highly doubt that it's that incredibly profitable. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Physical silver, absolutely. JTB SK2. Landshark says, thumbs up, you bumps. That's pretty damn funny. I'm going to give you a thumbs up for that one. Thanks, Landshark. I appreciate that. Michael Matthews. Haven't done a coffee show, but cheers to you for your coffee. I should have bought. Don't worry about it, Eric. It's still cheap right now, and even if it goes up another buck, that's still cheap, in my opinion. Down the road, we're going to look at these prices as being wow. You know, again, we're going to look at these prices like we would look at dollar a gallon gas. All right. Silverback. Is it true that what Miles and Franklin said that one of the world's largest wholesalers is 95% of out of silver until November? You know, I would find that he's a respectable person. By the way, I'll advertise to beat his prices, but he's a respectable person, and I think that that could be true. It could be true, but again, remember, he says one of the largest wholesalers is 95% out of silver. But across the board, yeah, there is a big deficit of physical silver out there, and it wouldn't surprise me a bit that the large wholesalers are seeing a big slack in silver, and I might even know who that large wholesaler he's talking about right now is. It's a small community out there, trust me on that. Thanks for watching Silverback. I appreciate that. Gary Moore says gold, silver market like fool's gold. You think it takes off, goes south, but I play the game. And of course you play the game. You know how the game is rigged. The commercials rig it lower, then they let it go up, then they rig it lower. But guess what? If the commercials completely get out of the game, it's going to fly to the moon. First is overrated sometime there, sir. It's what you say, not when you say it. I agree with that. Boca Stacker says there are tannins in red wine that can irritate the throat line. You know, it's funny you said that because certain red wines irritate my throat more than others. And last night I was getting the itchies when I was drinking. So it could have been that very much true, Boca Stacker. Thanks. Obviously a wine person yourself. Thanks for watching too. And make sure if you get in my store, you remind me who you are and say hello. Tree Climber, thank you very much. Wellco Services. Joey, treat yourself to a big chunk of shiny silver. Joe McDonald says, Joe Bread Guy here. Damn, I was looking for the silver bread. You have to watch last night's video to understand what Joe was saying. And thank you, Joe. Thanks for watching. Robin Hood RN says, been waiting all day to hear from you. Almost a 9% increase in silver when it was last time that occurred. It's occurred a few times. And like I said, when they, you know, when the commercials finally take their thumb off the hole, you know, let their thumb out of the hole, it just kind of cascades down. You know, when they let their thumb out of the leak in the dike, it just kind of cascades through. That's what we're seeing right now. Will they cap these prices? I don't know. Will they cap these prices at 25 bucks, 27 bucks, 22 bucks? I don't know. But if Ted Butler is correct and they are at their lowest position ever, the commercial shorts, and they haven't capped it yet, we might be in for a hell of a run, folks. Let's see what happens. Never underestimate these crooks. So John Gordon, what's up? Comments on and wine on the air. Cheers to you. I'll do a sip here for you. Give me one sec. Thanks for watching. But my question is, how can they monkey hammer it down with such a sharp rise in low inventory in the LBMA vaults? John, again, I'm a big fan of Ted Butler, and if you really want to know how these markets are manipulated and how they're screwed over and how they're screwed and how they do it, Ted Butler by far is the smartest guy out there. He has a lot of free articles. Just put in Ted Butler silver manipulation and you can read and listen to a lot of stuff. I mean, he nails it, dude. He nails it. And probably can explain it way better than I can. Understands it better than I do, for sure. I never admit to being the smartest guy when it comes to understanding how these markets are manipulated. I listen to people smarter than myself, and that's who I'm going to kind of tell you to listen to. Giovanni says, I lived in Key Largo. Gosh, what a beautiful place, Key Largo. John Pennekamp, I love it down there. I really do. Such a beautiful place. One of my favorite drives is the drive down to the Key West along the bridges and stuff that go to Key West in the Florida Keys. It's next to the Pacific Coast Highway. One of my favorite drives is down there. All the way from Washington North Coast. All right, good for you. I got to get up there, Carl. I've heard it's so beautiful, Washington North Coast. I'm going to make it up there one day, a little vacation. I just brought myself a Sprinter, four-wheel drive Sprinter. I'm finally going to get delivery of it here pretty soon. It took a year to get it, but I'm probably going to deck it out and do a little camping one day. You know, if you guys don't hear from me for a month, you know where the hell I went. So, Matthew Mushland, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, oh, that's such a great quote right there. Again, that was from last night's videos. I really appreciate you watching. And again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, we're on Tumble now. Tumble. Rumble, Tumble, Rumble, Bumble. I don't even know what the heck. There's all these websites out there. There we are. We're on Rumble right now. So catch us there too. And again, if you don't ever see us on this forum, gosh, you know what happened and where I'm at. All right, folks, that's it. Think for yourself. Question authority. This is very important for yourself and to teach other people. Teach your children. Teach the people around you, the people you love, to think for themselves, and always question authority. Okay. All right, that's it. This is Brian Kuzmar with ConciergeBullion.com. If you're buying more than 250 ounces or 2,500 ounces of silver and more than 100 ounces of gold, give us a call at 954-302-2046. And happy to help you out. We ship anywhere in the continental U.S. Again, we have a minimum of 100 ounces of gold and 2,500 ounces of silver for ConciergeBullion.com. If you are not buying 100 ounces of gold, you want to buy less than that or more than that. And the same thing with silver, less than 2,500 ounces of silver, or even more, and you live in South Florida, come by and see us at our brick and mortar, which is Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. We're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. This is our brick and mortar, 954-493-8811. Again, you can check out our website, commercialrarecoins.com and conciergebullion.com. Again, this is our company that ships to anyone anywhere in the continental United States. And this is our brick and mortar here in South Florida. Well, finished it for the night. Again, big shout out to our Wall Street silver guys out there. You guys rock. And thanks for watching my videos. And I'd also like to thank the Wall Street silver moderators for allowing my videos to go up there. And I don't think I've ever had but 1 or 2 removed for whatever reason. I don't think it was their fault, Reddit's fault. But thank you, Wall Street silver guys. And all you Wall Street silver stackers and apes, you guys rock. Keep buying. That's it, man. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.